Hey guys, Bryce here with Boondog Media bringing you a brand new video today. This is going to be a movie review of It Chapter 2. It's going to be spoiler free, so if you're looking for spoilers, this is not the place. If you want to see some spoilers on this channel, later this week check us back and see what's going on because that's where we're going to upload the spoilers. So in case you haven't got the chance to go to the theaters yet, we're giving you the time. But without further ado, it's It Chapter 2 movie review. So the film stars Jessica Chastain, you have James McAvoy, Jay Ryan, James Ransom, you have Bill Hader, who's phenomenal in the film as well. You have Bill Skarsgård, Andy Bean, and Isaiah Mustafa to finish out the cast of The Losers Club and It. So It Chapter 2 comes in exactly at 2 hours and 50 minutes, which reminds you, the original film was 2 hours and 15 minutes. So if you put those together, you're looking at a 5-hour epic right there, which in the end, it's really awesome that you're getting that at the same time, but you also gotta think, it's kind of long. But I will say this, if you sit down on a Halloween, you put these things together, watch them back to back, if you have 5 hours on there, with a group of friends, you're gonna have a great time automatically. So that kind of gives a little spoiler on what's going on into my review score for this. But we're also going to go on. There's a couple of things a lot of people complained about in this movie. Without going into the spoilers again, I'm going to go ahead and just say, like, a lot of people expected this to be like a Stranger Things, because the original It Chapter 1 was kind of Stranger Things-esque with the format of the kids, and just, it was a coming-of-age story, you know, where they got together and they, fought the clown and they became friends and they found out who they are and accepted who they are and created those bonds and friendships that will last forever. And this one, it's more of a classic thriller, which kind of threw people off. They didn't really expect this. A lot of people who didn't read the book or didn't know about it beforehand didn't really understand that this was the concept and how exactly Chapter 2 would be. And so I think they were kind of going in with the mindset, if they didn't see a trailer especially, like, where are the kids at? But definitely a lot of people kind of had that gripe, and I didn't really see why a lot of people complain about this. So one of my major gripes throughout the film was that they constantly kind of relied on the young cast. Going on with what I just said, like, it was great seeing the cast, but when they started playing clips over from the original and they didn't really add much to the story, or if anything at all, it was just the same clip, it kind of got repetitive throughout the movie, and that's something that kind of bothered me throughout. But now I will say this, on contrast, when they did add the younger cast into newer scenes, can't really give out spoilers for that, because anything else I'd say with that would give out spoilers. Just whenever they did that, it was phenomenal. It was great. It added so much detail, depth to the characters that you never thought you would have. You thought you had a lot coming in from It Chapter 1, you knew the characters. Guess what? You're gonna think again. So what you're going off there, that's gonna be crazy. But a lot of people are saying that Bill Hader's the standout of the film. I honestly think it's Jessica Chastain. I think she was definitely the most developed, the most into her character. I will say Bill Hader is a very close second. He performed phenomenal. Every single cast member of the Chapter 2 cast were phenomenal. They kept up with their talent, they had great chemistry, and they overall felt like they knew each other. It felt like they were the younger counterparts just growing up 27 years later, which was something that a lot of people don't necessarily can do with that. And especially the fact that they look so similar to each other, it's pretty crazy to think about. So also one last thing I want to touch on the cast members was that especially James McAvoy and Jay Ryan both have accents. They're both not American, but you wouldn't know that if you watched the film, and that's been the only time you've seen those two actors, especially Jay Ryan. For me, that's the first time I've ever seen them act. They sound like that's their natural accent, and they really do get invested in these characters is where I'm trying to get at. That these actors, all 7 of the characters from the Losers Club, do get invested in their roles, do get up, do great. Pennywise is phenomenal in this film. Bill Skarsgård does great. He lives up to his standards he set in the first one. You know, the shoes from the original 1990 series were very hard to fill with Tim Curry, but the iteration of it again blows minds. It's still phenomenal to see where this is and how Bill Skarsgård can differentiate and make this character a phenomenon that a lot of people obviously thought back in 2017, and I believe wholeheartedly it'll be like this again in 2019. To kind of wrap this up though, there's a lot of great Easter eggs, cameos, You know, and just some homages throughout the film all overall, and it was pretty great to see those. And you know, there's some that you'll jump up for, some that you won't realize on your first viewing, which I highly recommend that you eventually go back and do another second viewing, just going through this, or go through some YouTube videos. Check us out later in the week. There's a little plug for when we go into the Easter eggs and whatnot of It Chapter 2. But overall, my rating is going to be a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to start up a kind of more fancy kind of rating scale, if that makes any sense later on throughout our movies. But definitely, this was a great movie. It was definitely different. I would not compare Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. I can't say Chapter 1's better than 2, or I can't say vice versa, because they're two different films. One's, again, like I said earlier, coming of age story, and the other is just more of a thriller. And that's just something awesome between the two films, that you can have two great films come together as one, and this is definitely something we won't get to experience for a long time. Stephen King's one of his best movies in a very long time, if not his best movies of all time. And I'm gonna leave it there, guys. If you have any questions, comments, want to talk about the film, let's keep it spoiler free in the comments. Drop a like if you like this video, only if you like it. Subscribe to Boondong Media, and always, guys, take it easy.